All right, we're rolling. Let's jam. It's Freedom Phil. Like, subscribe. Let's get into it. And hey, what's the topic? When I think about the idea of the term scalper, I'd like to talk about that. I heard this conversation, and the guy's like going, I hate scalpers, scalpers, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying love scalpers, but you do realize scalpers wouldn't exist if the corporations didn't make a system that was easy to scalp. And I remember these controversies that happened. It was when the PS5 came out. And all these people were like, all these scalpers buying up all the PS5s. Okay, why does GameStop or Walmart allow these people to come in there and buy tons of games? Like, here's a wild thought here. This kind of goes to like the whole concept of law. Americans will sit there and say, yeah, well, the corporations only do what you allow them to do with law. Well, they have so much money. No. You'd be surprised how many things get changed, which enough people get pissed off and they say to the politicians, hey, if you don't change this thing, you're out of office. And they're like, well, hey, it's my job, my lobbyist money. We're going to change a few laws to make a few people happy. That's really how things work. And the same way when it comes to business. If you go and buy, I'm going to tell you this is going to piss off some people. But if you personally buy a product from a company that allows the scalper process to happen, then you're really probably more at fault. You're more at fault than the scalper themselves. And do I morally think that scalping's a horrible thing? This could probably be a hot take. But no, I don't. If you buy a product, you should be able to sell it for whatever the fuck you want. Don't give me this crap okay, the generator example. People use that one all the time. It's kind of like they run for something like that, like just like abortion people. What if it's a forced situation? It's like, no. What if it's a natural disaster and a guy bought a bunch of generators? Why shouldn't he be able to sell them for whatever price he wants and the gasoline? Well, those people are suffering. Fuck them. You just heard me say that. And I'm not kidding when I say this. Those people, when they had money to go buy a generator and have some extra gasoline, a little stabilizer for the fuel to keep it good forever, what do they spend their money on? Well, got the big tax return check, and I got to go buy some new mud and tires, or, like if you live in the city, I'm going to buy some, remember spinners? Remember that? Going to buy some spinners, and all you got to have a big screen TV. Most of you like, generator? Why the hell would I buy that? So then the natural disaster comes along, and you say somebody was smart enough to prepare, business-wise, buying a bunch of generators, they're a piece of shit because they're trying to make a profit off these people suffering. Fuck that shit. No, he's just selling a generator and some fuel at a markup. So, yeah, he can make some money. Last time I checked, people, you'll go to a job, and a lot of these jobs do kind of corner the market in your little towns and whatever. You ever notice that? You'll have a business, grocery stores or something, and they don't want Walmart or they don't want McDonald's. Some of these little towns, they don't want any big business to come in there and be competition. They don't want any other business. They'll go out of their way to keep other businesses out. Is that scalping? I mean, really, it kind of is. But I don't see you complaining about that. No, because that's normal. You don't think about it. But coming back to the whole thing, who's really at fault with scalping? Who is? If you, like, the PS5 was a great example of it. All these people losing their goddamn minds back in the day because they couldn't get a piss nickel. Mind you could have taken the same amount of money they wanted for a piss nickel, and you could have built probably a decent gaming rig out of that. Not a great gaming rig, but a decent gaming rig. Spend a little bit more money, you get some good top-of-the-line stuff and play way better games. Cheaper games, too. You think about the money you would have been saving buying, like you go on Steam or whatever platform and you get a game for $5 or $10 or $20. There's a lot of really good games out there that cost almost nothing. And there's some top-of-the-line, releases out there that play way better on a console. Instead, you console peasants are like pissed off that some guy went in there and bought all the consoles out. Went to Walmart, went to GameStop. And GameStop, okay, if GameStop allows someone to buy more than one console, shouldn't there be some sort of registration system? If these companies, just like with Nintendo, if these companies really gave a flying fuck about you, the consumer, you know what they would do? They would make a registration system. You'd have to have some sort of account, some sort of, like, let's say a PlayStation account or a Nintendo account, before you could even buy their next console. I know that would piss off people, but do you know what it would be? It would guarantee your line in the queue. And a bunch of other assholes couldn't just show up there and buy a ton of them. Do they do that? Oh, fuck no, they don't. And you know why? You know why, all you chumps, this keeps happening? Because you being pissed off that a scalper bought them all is great advertising. So when you go out, inevitably, 2-3 months later and buy your console after all the hype has died down and, basically the whole circus is over, they still get your sale. So whether the scalpers charge some rich person so they can get what they want, they pay the price, just like, hey, you want a fine bottle of this booze? It's a limited edition, blah, 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 top shelf liquor. You got to pay this price. And that's like, to me, like, I don't have a problem with scalpers. I don't. I think it's a little kind of, it sounds, we were supposed to say, well, it's slimy. It's this. No. They have a product. They bought a product and they're selling it. If you want to have a problem with scalpers, remember, if you go and buy that product after that company allowed that scalping process to happen, you're the real problem. You're the problem because you'll go back like a pay piggy and give your money to a company that allowed the process that you hate so much to happen. You actually made the environment inevitable for scalping to continue happening. Imagine if half the customer base of a company said, fuck it, if you're not going to stop this, we're not buying from you. We're going to buy your competitor's console. Or maybe get wise and just build a PC. Build a Steam Deck, That's the thing about it. And until people are actually willing to do such things, you deserve the business that you get. You deserve not only the crappy treatment you get from these companies, you deserve the crappy scalping techniques. And all your screaming, all your yelling, it's just like bleeding goats going off to the slaughterhouse. It's empty and fucking meaningless. But yeah, supply and demand. Rich people are going to get what they want because they got the money for it. They got money to pay more. And honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, a lot of times when we're talking about scalpers, and even the generator example, when people could have bought a generator before the storm, got the extra gas, got the extra this or that, what do they do with their money? Almost every fucking time. What do they do with their money? Now, new mud and tires and top shelf booze. Let's get a hot tub. And America's personal favorite, a big screen TV, so big it's almost the size of a full sheet of plywood. You want to buy some survival gear just in case shit happens? That ain't gonna happen. The power will go out, it'll come back on within the day, And then when shit gets real, everybody's like, man, that person's an asshole. Like, you remember the hand sanitizer debacle? You remember that? I do. Hey, they were hoarding hand sanitizer and by the way, COVID was a giant mind fuck on a lot of people. Let's just be real about it. I mean, COVID was a cold. It was a really bad cold. And people were going, like, remember the toilet paper fiascos? Like, it's so funny because anybody who owns a bidet, even if it's just the spray nozzle style bidet, was just laughing about that. I mean, hell, I'm a guy in the woods a lot of the time, and I can take a 211 bottle, drill a hole on the side, squeeze the bottle, and it squirts right up there and washes it really good. There's no electronics. It's just fill the bottle, put the cap in the right position, and you got a backwoods bidet. A couple bleached cut up pieces of rag or sock used for the deal. Rinse those out. You never need toilet paper again. And yet all these people went psychotic. They're hoarding toilet paper. Oh my God, gonna murder somebody at the grocery store for some shaman. They're scalping toilet paper. When you could have had a solution. You could have just got a bidet attachment for your fucking toilet. I don't like it. I don't like that. No, you people deserve the world. The companies you deal with are the companies you deserve because you continue to give them your money. You know why customer service, government service, you know why everything is shit in America? Because you keep coming back. You keep coming back. Why improve the food if you pigs still eat it? If we put you slop, you sows, you hogs and you sows, if we put in your trough a bunch of fucking shit and you still eat it, even as the standards have gone down over the decades, you can taste the difference If you have something that's original, like soda's a great example of this. Have a soda that's got real cane sugar in it. And then go have a soda that's got the high fructose corn death. I grew up with high fructose corn death. And I had a soda, I had a real Coke or a real Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, my God, this is better. This is so much better. You have something good, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, why would I ever want to touch that other shit ever again? And part of it is I grew up with it. But as long as you keep on buying the bad shit, just like with the scalpers, as long as the companies keep on allowing the scalpers and you keep coming back to buy it after the controversy's over, yeah, you're going to keep on getting it. And that's why when I hear these people, every time a console thing happens, every time some new thing comes out and some asshole goes out and buys up all the chips or all the consoles or all the whatever, I'm just like, yeah, well, if the company that you're buying this shit from doesn't put a stop to it, make a register system to where, you have to prove who you are. You're not going to go and buy 10 or 20 of these things or 150 chips, computer chips. You're not going to do that. As long as they don't put a stop to it and you keep on buying the same shit from the same companies that just allowed it to happen, then honestly, the scalper might be annoying. But ultimately, you're the reason the scalper exists. You're the reason. And, you don't like it, start supporting companies that actually have standards, have moral standards. But let's be honest. The only reason that most people ever got pissed to begin with is a fucking childish reason. I wanted it. I had the money. I wanted it. I wanted it. Limited edition releases and all that shit. And there's 50 people waiting to get something. And there's only 10 consoles. It's just pure envy, greed. I'm better than you because I have it. It's fucking childish. And I gotta be honest about this. I think most people have not grown up past middle school. Their whole lives. Only minor adjustments because of pain or they have kids. Most of you never grow up. So then when they're screaming about not getting their precious console or whatever the fuck, stupid, not even useful, not even survival wise, not even something that's real thing in this world, stupid consumeristic materialistic thing, you're pissed off about not getting. I'm just like, fuck off. Fuck off. You're the reason this is happening. And remember, if you don't like what the companies are doing, stop shopping with those companies. Otherwise, you're the reason the scalper exists. So, it's my thoughts. Y'all take it easy. Peace.